Alright guys, welcome back to another Roddy's Reviews. It has been a long time since I've uploaded to this channel. Oh my god. Well, we are in the process of not rebranding of the channel. I'm going to still be Roddy's Reviews. I'm going to start doing wrestling content. That's something I want to do for a long time, and I'm finally building up the courage to do so and really start talking about it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. I just finished the episode of SmackDown, and that episode was trash. That is a conversation for another day, though. That's a conversation for another day. Today we're talking about Wrestlemania, bro. Wrestlemania is next weekend as of the time I'm recording this. I'm recording this April 10th at 11 o'clock. So I want to go over night one first. Night one, WrestleMania 42. This is what we're going to start off with. So they just came out with the announcement of all the matches on which matches are on what nights. So I want to go over night one first. And we'll probably cover night two in another video, but right now we're going to focus on night one. So as of right now, there are 7 matches lined up. We're going to go one by one and let's get it out of the way. First off, we have Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Unsanctioned match. First off, this match has the potential to be top 5 of the weekend. Easy top 5. Like, it's not even, there's no disputing that. It's definitely top 5. Because when you look at everything they've gone through as the booking and the story that they're telling us and they're giving us, Drew has been screwing over Jacob for a very long time. So for me, the only way they could really settle this feud is either unsanctioned like they're doing or a Hell in a Cell. I heard rumors of a Hell in a Cell before they announced it as unsanctioned, but I'm cool with unsanctioned. It kind of gives you the illusion of there's no rules, you know, someone's going to get really hurt and WWE's not liable, like that whole thing. Which, I mean, it's fine. I'm cool with that. In my opinion, I think Jacob needs this win more than Drew does, personally. I heard Drew's about to leave after Mania to go film a movie anyway, so for Drew to win and to leave would be kind of dumb. So I think Jacob should win this match and go over. It would just make sense for him, for his character, because, you know, if you look back a couple months ago, well, last year sometime, he got attacked by the mystery attacker, which, if we're being honest, they never officially revealed who that was. They never did, unless I missed it. Then Jacob comes back, screws over Cody in that match. So it just ended up being a bad situation overall. So it just ended up being a bad situation overall for everyone involved in that party. So Drew is just, he's attacking people left and right. He wants smoke with everybody. So it makes sense on why it goes Drew versus Jacob at WrestleMania. Personally, I think the WWE title match should have been a Fatal 4-Way or a Fatal 5-Way. That is another conversation for another day as well, because I feel like they set that up so perfectly to be a Fatal 4-Way or Fatal 5-Way, and they just didn't do it. Why they didn't do it, I have no idea. I don't book the shows. But I definitely think Jacob Fatu should go over in that regard. And also, if you don't know, WWE is showing the first hour of WrestleMania on ESPN, like the actual channels, if you don't pay for it. So you're going to get 2 matches, and Jacob and Drew is one of the matches that you're going to get on that show. The other match that you're going to get in that first hour on ESPN is it's going to be the Usos and LA Knight versus The Vision and I Show Speed. I could care less about this match. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I could care less about this match. I think this match is there for advertisement purposes. I think it's there to get people, to get eyes on WrestleMania and on WWE in any possible way they can. I don't think this match is going to be anything memorable. Do I think it's going to be a good match? Maybe. Possibly. My expectations are very low for this match. I don't care about this match in the slightest bit. I don't. And maybe that's rude to the people involved in the match. No offense to them. I think I'm getting over this involving celebrities and creators thing now. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone has to be involved in a match, in a sense. You know, when it's WrestleMania, even when Vince was in charge, we kind of were okay with celebrities coming in every now and then because we expected it. It's for WrestleMania. It's a big show. But we're kind of pushing the envelope a little far, don't we think so? Like, how is Jelly Roll getting more airtime on SmackDown than some of the other talent? And I'm being for real about that. I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm being dead serious when I ask that question. How is Logan Paul and IShowSpeed getting whole segments and airtime while there's people in the back who haven't been seen in months, like the Street Profits? I mean, I'm just, bro, explain that to me. Truly explain that to me, and really break that down for me and help me understand that why one of the best tag teams in WWE has not been on TV for 6 months, but we're getting IShowSpeed in a match at WrestleMania, and Io Sky doesn't even officially have a match at WrestleMania yet. Explain that to me, please, because it doesn't make sense to me. So in this regard, I could care less about this match. It's no offense to any of them in the match. This will be Speed's first official match, I believe, in WWE, like first official actual match. Speed's an amazing athlete. He's a great person. I know he puts on this persona on strings, but he's actually an amazing human being. He's very athletic. He's insanely athletic. Dude's a monster. He's incredible. But I don't want to see him in this kind of light. I just personally don't. That's just a me thing. All right, but if I'm being honest, I need to give my prediction for this one. I think Vision and Speed goes over. I think the Vision and Speed go over in this match. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. Another match that we have lined up here, and another. Actually, before I get to that, one thing I've noticed on night one is that a lot of the women's matches are on night one, actually, which is not surprising, but it's a little bit like, oh, okay. Another match that's happening is Seth Rollins versus Gunther. I'm not mad about this match. It shocked me a little bit when they were going this way. I think they're going this way because they're kind of scrambling at the last minute. Seth got cleared. Braun got injured. Bronson got injured. The Vision itself, that whole storyline in itself, in my opinion, fell apart as soon as Seth got injured. As soon as Seth got injured, they turned Braun way too early. And I know they were going to slow burn it, but they couldn't because Seth got injured. And that whole faction of the Vision is cursed. That faction it's done. It's done, bro. If they bring all of them back individually, they don't even bring up the Vision no more, I wouldn't be mad about it. Put them boys on a different path because this group is not working. Props to them for trying. They're trying to hold it together every week, but it's not working. It's not working, guys. It's not. So, yeah, but anyways, I think they scrambled together and threw this match together between Seth and Gunther, which is fine. Both those guys are incredible talent. I think they're both going to put on an amazing match, honestly. And I've noticed in a segment, I don't know if it was last week's Raw or the Raw before that, I think it was last week, Gunther said, because Paul was thanking him, like, oh, thank you so much for doing what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And Gunther said, just so you know, you owe me one. I'm wondering if this is how we get Gunther versus Brock in the future. I'm really curious about that. And you know, it's also crazy too because I heard a rumor that the original plan was Gunther versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. I heard that was the original plan until Rey got injured. But now Rey is now cleared. He's in the IC title match Sunday night. It's just weird. It's just odd to me. That's all. Nothing bad. It's just weird. But like I said, they scrambled to throw this match together, and understandably so. You know what I mean? To make sure Seth got on the card, to try to somehow pull together this farce and this fallen storyline that should have been everything that's nothing now. So much of this storyline has fallen apart, and it's crazy because when you look at it, I think they were booking WrestleMania around the Vision. I could be very wrong about that, but I think they were booking WrestleMania around the Vision. Just a personal opinion. One of the other matches on the card is AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the IC title. It kind of falls in the realm of Vision, Speed versus Usos and LA Knight. I don't really care about this match, and I only say I don't care about it because it hasn't piqued my interest at all. And that's, don't get me wrong, don't attack me. AJ Lee is great. She is a pillar, and she helped get the women to where they are today. I will never take that from her. I just don't care about this run she's on. It doesn't really benefit me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't do anything for me. Do I think she's a great talent? Of course. I would never say she's not. But it just doesn't do anything for me. It's not catching my eye personally. I think the booking on it is it's leading up to Becky winning. And that's my prediction. Becky's going to win that match. And honestly, I think that it's nothing to me, if I'm being honest with you guys. Yeah, I think Becky's winning this match because the fact that AJ keeps saying, "Oh, I've beaten you all these times and I tapped you out." If you know wrestling, you know Becky's going to go over at this point. They just want Becky's win to be on the grandest stage possible. That's all it is, which is understandable. Like I said, the match isn't anything crazy to me. Another match that is not necessarily, I don't want to say I don't care about it, but like the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Title match. We have Bayley and Lyra versus Nia and Lash versus Alexa and Charlotte versus the Bellas. Bellas are winning this. I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. The Bellas are winning this. That's if the Bellas are even in it. I heard Nikki hurt her ankle during one of their brawls on SmackDown. So I don't know if she's cleared or not. As of this moment, I don't know. But I definitely think the Bellas are winning this match, only because I remember a couple of years ago when they first introduced the tag titles, Nikki and Brie both said on their podcast that they wanted to win those titles. I think they're setting them up to win these titles personally. I just think that I don't see it going any other way. And if it did go another way, it would surprise me a little bit. But also this match, like I said, hasn't really done much for me. Only because, like, you know, the tag title for the women's division, it's been okay. It's been okay. It has not been bad. It's been the best it's been in years. But for me, it's just like, I know where they're probably going with this, and I'm just kind of in the acceptance stage over it. Well, do I think it'll be a good match? It'll probably be a decent match. It probably won't be bad. I think it'll be one of those things that's just enjoyable to watch. You know what I mean? So 2 matches left to go over. Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Title. I don't know how to feel about this match, and I only say I don't know because I personally don't think Stephanie's the best world champion. I'm not knocking her at all. I'm not knocking her as a talent. I think she's an amazing talent. Ever since she won it at WrestlePalooza last year, I'm pretty sure it's the place she won it at was WrestlePalooza. It hasn't really affected me. It hasn't really done anything for me. I don't think she's elevated the women's division from that title personally. What I was hoping would happen would be Raquel would beat Stephanie, and then we would get Raquel versus Liv at WrestleMania. That's what I was hoping for. That's what I was genuinely hoping for, only because I would like to see the Judgment Day end. I don't want to see the Judgment Day no more. I think the Judgment Day is done. I think it's been done for a while now. We're just stringing it along at this point. I think that faction needs to go, and if those people in the faction end up creating another faction out of that, then cool, no harm done. But this Judgment Day thing has gotta go. It's over, it's done, it's dead. I think we need to move on to bigger and better things. Everyone in that faction is amazing and could benefit heavily outside of Judgment Day. So I think we need to get all those people out of Judgment Day and on to better things. I definitely think Liv, and actually speaking of that, Liv and Roxanne had, they bumped heads on Raw. I think it was last week, and they both ended up, they're on concussion protocol right now. And I'm kind of curious if Liv will be cleared or not for WrestleMania. I kind of hope she is, because I would hate to see her lose her opportunity off an accident. You know what I mean? So I definitely think if Liv can't compete, I would like to see. Probably Raquel. I think out of everyone on Raw currently, out of all the women, the most believable person who could probably beat Stephanie is probably Raquel. And I only say that because, you know, Raquel would probably be an amazing transitional champion, and it would give it would be more of an interesting storyline to see Raquel and Liv fall out than Stephanie and Liv have their match at WrestleMania, where it's been kind of just brawling back and forth over 2 people who don't like each other. I mean, that's just how I view it. I'm a big story-based person, so I would love to see that going into WrestleMania instead of Stephanie and Liv. But I know Stephanie and Liv is what is confirmed as of right now. If this match goes live and Liv is cleared, I want Liv to win. I think Liv deserves another run with the title, and I think that she has earned her spot, rightfully so. And yeah, let's get back to it, man. Liv needs that title. Definitely give it to her. And then we have main event of night one. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. And this wraps back into what I just was talking about at the beginning of the video with Drew and Jacob. I personally think this WWE title match should have been a fatal 4-way. I think it should have been Cody, Randy, Drew, and Jacob for the title. Only because... Wait. Let me rephrase that. Sorry, I misspoke. It should have been Cody, Drew, Jacob, and Sammy. That's what it should have been. And I say that because when Jacob returned and screwed over Cody, that started a triple threat right there. And I assumed they would have did a triple threat before we got to this point, but they never did. Without all the brawls with Cody and Jacob having, Drew getting involved at every turn, Drew screwed Jacob out of his elimination chamber qualifying match. He almost screwed Cody. He tried to give the win to Sammy. He beat Sammy at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. He screwed Cody out of the Royal Rumble. So Drew is affecting all these people. You would just think they would do a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania, being how all those guys are involved, but they didn't. So at that point, it's whatever. That's just my opinion. I think it should have been a fatal 4-way. I think that would have been a lot more interesting. As of right now, Cody and Randy started off hot. The feud started off hot with that Orton turn on SmackDown when he just beat the hell out of Cody. I think that was wild. It definitely could have been executed a little bit better afterwards, because then Randy's just like, he's like, bro, I just want to smoke with everybody. He's like, the voices are talking to me, I just want to smoke with everybody, which is fine, which is valid. I think that was cool. He definitely could have did that. But I think where we fell off was, for me, and I've always said this about Cody, I think Cody's an amazing talent too, but I think whenever Cody's involved in something, he doesn't get mad enough for me. To me, Cody's not believable enough when he's angry. Like, he's not... Like, dude just beat the shit out of you 2 weeks ago, bloodied you up, and you out here not really throwing no hands. I need you to throw some hands. I need you to crash out. And you're not. So, I think that's the main thing I have a problem with when it comes to Cody in this feud. And then we went even further by... Stephanie McMahon confronting Cody, saying, you don't know what Randy Orton you're going up against. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, this feels very forced. Why do we need people interjecting in this rivalry that writes itself? Cody Randy writes itself. 20 years of history going back to legacy. Why do we need people involved in this? And then there's the elephant in the room with Pat McAfee. What are we doing? Like, why do we need these people involved in a story that don't need to be there? He doesn't need to be there. And, like, Randy shouldn't have anybody in his ear talking to him. For what? Dude has a valid reason for crashing out. I want title 15. I'm tired of feeling like I haven't been respected over the last few years. Cool, let's go from there. Cody can come out and say, you know what, I respect you want 15, but you're not gonna talk to me, treat me that way. This ain't legacy no more. It's writing itself. Like, there's no rhyme or reason behind why they do what they do or how they're doing it. To me, it's just the thing of, look, these two guys have history. Let them go at it. Let them do their thing. We don't need to involve all these outside people, all this outside noise for what? And then just on this episode of SmackDown that just ended, Jelly Roll's getting involved. What are we doing? For what? Why are we involving all these people that don't need to be there? These people are not needed to push and advertise this match. We don't need it. And if this is what we were going to get, we should have just got the Fatal 4-Way in the first place and let the 4 dudes just crash out every week. That would have been more enjoyable, in my opinion. I think that would have been more enjoyable to watch that rather than seeing Pat McAfee kick Cody Rhodes in the face 2-3 times and then they pose with the title and walk off. I think it's stupid. I think the most entertaining thing that's coming from this is the the promos from Punk and Cody about TKO. I think we may be on the cusp of a train. We may be on the cusp of another authority storyline, possibly. We might be on the edge of another authority storyline, which could be good and bad. That could be good and bad because, you know, I know people give Triple H a lot of slack. Like, people give Triple H a lot of shit by the way he books things. I think Triple H is probably, I think he's handcuffed by the things he can do. Like, after looking at it so much, I think dude's handcuffed. Because there's no way you put out a product like NXT Black and Gold and then you come to the main roster and do what you're doing now. I think he's being handcuffed, bro. Because there's no way you're booking. There's just no way. Like, to me, that just doesn't make logical sense. I think TKO is definitely bringing WWE down in some of the biggest ways possible. We're watering down storylines. We're playing it safe. There's no excitement no more. There's no more energy. There's no more surprises. There's nothing there that's really captivating to the crowd anymore. And we're just like, they're giving us mediocre TV and storylines, but keep raising the prices of the shows to go to. Nobody's like, people aren't going to want to keep paying for mediocre stuff, bro. They're not. And I think that's where, like, eventually, I think this will start to hit them eventually. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I think it will eventually start to hit them. Now, I know it feels like they're blurring the lines between kayfabe and real when it comes to the TKO jabs. I think we're leading, like I said, I think we're leading to another authority storyline, and it would be cool to see Cody and Punk kind of teaming up to go against maybe TKO cherry picks a few people from the roster to go against them, and WWE handpicks a few people to go here. Like, it would be interesting to see. But also, it's just like, man, if we don't do this right, this could be one of the worst things of the year if they don't do this right. And when it comes back to Cody and Randy, I want to see Randy win. I just don't want Pat McAfee involved. I don't. And I don't think he needs to be there. I think it's one of those things that's just like, I used to like, I mean, I'm not even mad that Pat's like a heel. I don't care about that. I just don't like how they're pushing him into the story when he doesn't need to be there. That's my biggest pet peeve about it. But I digress. That is all my predictions of WrestleMania 42 Night 1. I'll do a quick recap. I think between Drew versus Jacob, I think Jacob should win. Vision, Speed versus Usos and LA Knight. I think Vision and Speed will win that. Seth versus Gunther. I don't think I gave my prediction about that one. I think Gunther wins that one. Hot take, I think Gunther wins that one. I think Seth needs to win more, but I can see Gunther winning that. The Fatal 4-Way for the women's tag titles, I think Bellas are going to win that. Stephanie versus Liv, if that's still a go, I think Liv should win that. And then Cody versus Randy, I think Randy should win. That's what it's looking like right now. I will do night 2 in another video. There are some more things I want to go over in that one as well. But if you guys like videos like this and I should keep them going, definitely drop a like in the comments. Definitely drop some things you might want to hear my opinions on. Drop in the comment section some other things you might want to hear me talk about. And yeah, we're going to get back to it, man. I miss doing these videos. I miss breaking out the camera, bro. I had to dust the camera off for this one. But oh, I think it's a TV. But thank you guys so much for coming through, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night, and deuces.